Hello everyone, welcome to my anime DVD pickups for the month of December 2014. Very behind schedule in doing this video, but here we go. Anyway, so the first two things I picked up were these as Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Vampire Princess Miyu from Animego. This is the 4-episode 1988 OVA series. I have already seen these, I watched them literally just this week, and I really enjoyed them. I'm a big fan, or at least a moderate fan of vampire stories, and especially with anime, I've deliberately gone and seek them out. I haven't seen all of them by any means, but I've been seeking them out, and this one was really good. It's not your typical vampire story. Miyu is a very different vampire. There's no people getting stabbed with crucifixes and all that. It's not a very traditional story at all. It's a very different story. It follows a supernatural, spiritualist investigator called Himiko, who is looking into supernatural ongoings in this little village or whatever, or town, and she comes across Miyu, who is obviously a vampire, but there's also far more to Miyu than meets the eye. She hunts Shinma, who are like demons and such, and she only drinks blood if the person, the recipient who gets the blood drunk from, wants eternal life or not. And there's a really awesome twist to this. It's well worth seeing. It's, like I said, it's only 4 episodes long, so highly recommended. So, following suit, we have Vampire Princess Miyu, the complete TV series. This is the Made in Japan release. It's a mid-90s television series. It was originally put out on DVD in English by Tokyo Pop. It's one of the few TV series that they put out, across 6 volumes, dubbed and whatnot. But I've already now sat down and watched this version. Like I said, put out by Made in Japan in 2013. So yeah, mid-90s series, done by AIC, the same studio that did the OVA. This is sort of quite a bit different in some ways. It still has the same episodic structure, where it's mainly a Monster of the Week series, and the stories are really cool. They're not quite as good as the OVA in my opinion, and the series pretty much sticks to a episodic structure until the very end. There's like a 5-6 episode run towards the end, which builds up it just builds up some sort of story ending, like some sort of mini plot that comes across, and we get an ending with a twist, just like the OVA. I didn't really like the twist as much in the TV series. I don't think it was as well executed, but I did enjoy the TV series. I went literally straight into it from the OVA, so, and that didn't seem like a poor decision. Like, I still really enjoyed the stories. I got enough out of the OVA that I wanted to see more, and this series does provide that. I'm not sure how either version, the OVA or the TV series, goes about adapting the manga and which one's truer to the source or whatnot, but I enjoyed the TV series, not quite as much as the OVA. I think the OVA had a better twist and a better story, and given that it was more condensed, it just worked better. But as a 26 episode TV series, I thought it was alright, and the mastering they did for the video quality or whatever back in Japan for this was really good. You can tell it came from probably a film print. It was really nice. So next we have a really nice surprise, and something I didn't think I'd ever be able to get my hands on, at least not for the price I did. This is Puss in Boots. This is the 1969 Toei animated feature that came out via Discotheque in English, at least on DVD anyway. This contains the dub, the original Japanese, and a really strange edition, which is nothing but just the sound effects and stuff, which is curious. But anyway, yeah, this is a really hard DVD to track down nowadays. Normally, it's very much out of print. It came out in like 2006. It had gone out of print a long time ago. It was going for very much collector's prices on Amazon and eBay and such. But Right Stuff in their holiday sale, they obviously went through their warehouse looking for stuff they could put in the sale that perhaps had just been lost somewhere in just a random box, and they found Puss in Boots, at least a few, brand new and sealed, and put them up in the holiday sale for $5. Like, this normally goes for $80 on Amazon. It was ridiculous. I was really happy to pick this up. But yeah, this is the movie that ended up. It's based on a classic fairy tale and such, but the main character, Puss, I guess I'll call him. I don't know if he has a different name. ended up becoming the Toei animation mascot, which is really cool. Yeah, Puss in Boots. Really happy to get it. It's really hard to find. So, speaking of mascots, next we have Domo Volume 1. This contains 13 of the 26 episodes that was a mini TV series put out all around the world, dubbed in multiple languages. Obviously, Domo is a mascot for the public broadcast company in Japan called NHK, and he normally appears in like stop motion animation shorts, which are pretty funny, honestly. And I watched the 26 episode series ones that they did like about a decade ago now, and yeah, they dubbed them in like multiple languages, and they'd appeared on Nickelodeons and something. And yeah, sure, they're aimed at kids. Probably kids are about 6 and 7 years old, I'd imagine, maybe even younger. But there was actually some quite funny stuff in here. It's all simple humour, but I really enjoy seeing stop motion animation. It's still a marvel to see stuff like that. To my eyes, anyway, it's something I always appreciate. And I found the humour universal. Like, I wasn't like laughing my head off, but it gave me a nice warm fuzzy feeling, which is convenient given it's Domo. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So I was really happy to see that at least some of it had been released on DVD in America. Unfortunately, only half of the 26 episode run. So yeah, I picked up the first volume. Each episode's only like two minutes though. So next we have King of Bandit Jing, or Jing, King of Bandits, however you want to say that. But yeah, this is the complete collection from ADV. Nice compact single keepcase edition. This will be a replacement for my now I'm looking to sell incomplete art box set, which contained the art box and the three of the 4 volumes. I'll put it out on eBay in about a couple of days or something. But yeah, I've always wanted to watch this series, and it's ridiculous that I've just never done it, because it is one of the most compared to Fullmetal Alchemist shows out there. And while it's a very different tale, Fullmetal Alchemist is obviously about alchemy and trying to get Owl's body back. But in King of Bandit Jing is about literally a bandit, a thief. But the characters and the way the story is told, although Bandit Jing is quite episodic in places, but the way that the atmosphere and just the characters themselves and yada yada yada, it's supposed to be quite similar to Fullmetal Alchemist. It's supposed to be something where you watch it and you go, oh, I recognise this, and it's just one of those shows I've heard that about it for a very long time. And given that Fullmetal Alchemist is one of my favourite things, I really should have seen this freaking show by now, but I haven't. But now I have it, so that should no longer be an excuse. I have it in its complete form rather than incomplete like before. So yeah, very happy to finally add this to the collection, especially with this complete collection, because it's hard to come by these days. Okay, so here is Vexille on DVD. This is the 2-disc special edition. Yeah, that was a bummer. I meant to buy the Blu-ray version, and somewhere in the process of putting this in a basket to purchase, I ended up accidentally putting in the DVD version rather than the Blu-ray. And even though this is like the 2-disc special edition DVD, crammed full of extras and blah 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 and fancy packaging, the only thing the Blu-ray doesn't have is the fancy packaging. It just comes with a slipcover, so far as I'm aware. But other than that, every single special feature that is on this DVD is also on the Blu-ray. So yeah, I messed up there. But anyway, this is a action mecha robot movie set in the future in 2077, very reminiscent of Appleseed, like it's CG animated, as you could probably tell from, at least you will definitely be able to tell now, yeah, CG animated 3D stuff. But it has mixed reviews. It says that the movie, a lot of people seem to think that the movie just concentrates way too much on the action, and it seems like all the budget went into the action. Like all the robots and stuff look absolutely amazing, and when they're fighting each other, at least for the time anyway. But the human side of things, in terms of the characters and such, apparently that all falls quite short and is actually not very good. But that's okay with me. Like I'll treat it like a popcorn flick. I'm very disappointed though I didn't get this on Blu-ray. I don't know if I'll actually watch this DVD or I'll just sell this DVD on and buy the Blu-ray, because that's the experience I think I need, especially if the robots, the mecha, all that action scene stuff does look as good as touted. Next up we have Hakuge Legend of Moby Dick, which is a sci-fi space opera series which I have had a keen eye on for a long time, I've had this complete collection in particular on my eBay watch list for probably about 2 years. I finally stopped messing about and bought it, and I'm really happy I did. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a good purchase, because I have been very deep in the Ladyverse just recently, and space opera in general. I've just really begun to love that style of storytelling, and it takes the original Moby Dick novel and adapts it to that space opera formula where whales end up becoming a term used in the universe for ships, like giant space battleships, and you get these whale hunters that go out looking for them. And there's obviously one that is very, very special, and that one is referred to in the series as the white whale. So it's kind of, yeah, that's the Moby Dick formula put into space opera-ness and whatever. Yeah, it's a late 90s series, animated by Tezuka Productions. It's not adapted from a Tezuka story by any means, but it's just done by that studio. And yeah, it's something I think I'll enjoy. It sort of has like a little bit of the Harlock flair going on by the looks of it, and yeah, I'm not expecting to like it as much as my Ladyverse stuff, but who knows? It might end up being a little gem. I hope it will be. I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy it regardless. Something I plan to dive into in 2015 quite firmly is the pool of Saint Seiya awesomeness. I mean, I've owned 12 volumes, the V12 volumes that ADV put out, which was the 60 episodes, dubbed and subbed, for a while. I've just never got around to watching them, but I plan to do that relatively soon. And Discotheque obviously put out 4 of the, I think it's 6 movies. They put out 4, the first 4 in 2 volumes, and I've picked those up. And they're not dubbed or anything. At least I'm pretty sure they're not. Subtitle only. But yeah, it's the first 4 movies. These were really cheap. I got these for like a $5 each. Like, it was actually bargain. Like a $5 for 2 movies, especially of this age and stuff, in terms of like them being 80s/90s movies. That's a really awesome price. But it's a sci-fi shonen story that I've always been really interested in. I love the art style based on Greek mythology and stuff, and just the aspect, how strongly that is integrated into the series. Because I watched the first episode of the TV series. I'm not sure I'm going to go straight into it yet, but I watched the first episode of the TV series last night, and it was just really, really cool. Really good action, really well animated. The ADV version looks great on DVD. So yeah, this is something I needed to add, and hopefully I'll add Omega and whatever else comes out. Obviously there's the new video group version that has more of the TV series, but yeah, happy to get those. Something else I'm also pretty happy to get, and pretty happy to finally own, especially since these are now out of print. So I was really happy to be able to track down not only all of the collection for a good price, but all brand new and sealed as well. This is Beast King GoLion. This is the original Toei animated 1981 or 1980 50 plus episode TV series, giant robot series that of course became Voltron, Lion Force Voltron in America. But yeah, this is the original uncut Japanese version, Beast King GoLion, in these beautiful sort of like digibooks. It's the same packaging they did for Media Blasters did for Tekkaman Blade. And yeah, the Media Blasters, I've given them some stick on my channel in the past, but that's the more recent Media Blasters. But the old Media Blasters from like back in the early 2000s to the mid to late 2000s were actually a pretty good company. They put out some really awesome classic stuff, and what they did with Voltron and Vehicle Force Voltron, and eventually with Beast King GoLion, and of course Army Fleet Dairuga, I highly appreciate. I don't own the Voltron stuff. I've never seen it, so I don't have the nostalgia for it. But I definitely, just getting the opportunity to be able to own 2 classic 1980s giant robot series from Toei Animation is a really awesome opportunity that I just couldn't turn down. Like, these would never have been animated. These would never have been released otherwise. If they didn't have that Voltron heritage, the chances of these ever coming out would have been so low. So I'm really happy that not only Voltron happened, but Media Blasters came about and gave us the uncut versions. And I look forward to watching Beast King GoLion very soon. And finally, and most certainly least, we have Oreimo. This is season 1 in a limited edition box. I really liked that season. I liked it so much I bought the Blu-ray from Japan for an extortionate amount that I shouldn't have done because it was really expensive. And now, now I own Oreimo 2. I told myself, and I think I even said it in a video at one point, that I wasn't going to buy this season because it's crap. And that's generally my opinion on it, and it is just my opinion. People are allowed to like what they like. I don't like this second season, and not just because of the absolute ending, which I won't spoil, but most of you already know about it. The absolute ending is what it is. It's not. I don't really like it for reasons that go beyond just the nature of what that ending is. My problem with season 2 is that it completely collapsed and ruined a lot of what was good about season 1, and it just turned into something that was pointless. Like, a lot of season 2's episodes were cobbled together, episodic, and pointless. Like, there's no real arcing story in season 2. Like, in season 1, especially the TV version, the TV series version 1 to 12, the non-true ending, it's all about, a brother and sister that are constantly arguing with each other, and they find the common ground, and they eventually come to accept each other, flaws and all, through Kyosuke helping his sister find acceptance with her previously secret otaku nature, or something like that. Like, that's not a great description by any means, but you can kind of get what that is. And it was a pretty good show. I liked it. I liked the otaku stuff that was included. I liked the comedy. I liked the characters. I just liked seeing a show about otaku stuff, and I thought it was good. Then the true story, true ending stuff started to come around, and I thought that was alright. Kyosuke starts going out with Kuroneko, and I thought that was cool, and then you had this other story that in season 2 where the Kuroneko and Kyosuke stuff is where this series should have gone. Like, I'm probably ruining stuff now, I'm definitely spoiling stuff, but I don't know, like, I just feel like that was a much better... The thing is, what annoys me about Oreimo 2 is that the creator of the original light novels was actually writing a different story to the obvious outcome. Like, given what the show's called, it was different, and it was actually quite clever. It was about, you got Kuroneko and Kyosuke together, and like, it was all about the sibling rivalry and broken household that was going to learn to accept and love each other in a different way, a normal way, shall we say. Yeah, and Kuroneko was playing a part, and actually had that book or whatever, Destiny book. And I just really like that idea, but season 2 devolves into this harem nonsense. Like, where did the harem stuff come from? Like, season 1 wasn't a harem. The true ending for season 1 wasn't a harem. It just turns into this I couldn't understand it, and it just devolved into this complete and utter otaku nonsense trash. On it, that's my opinion. But why have I bought it? I bought it because a completionist in me wanted to own all of this series, because the first series had such a weirdly big impact on me. I really, really liked it for some reason. Looking back on it now, I'm not quite sure why. I still like it, but I really liked it when I first saw it. But yeah, I just couldn't not own the entire saga. For better or worse, I wanted all of it, warts and all, shall we say. I just wanted to own all of it. So I now do. I have Oreimo season 1 and season 2, and like I said, all of what I just said was my opinion, and I hope I didn't say anything too outlandish. But yeah, that's my anime pickups for December. The rest of my anime pickups for December. I have stuff for January, not a lot. I have some collectibles for January. I don't know when I'm going to show them, but I bought some anime merchandise and stuff that I should be sharing soon, as well as Discotheque are going to be announcing something for January. I didn't know if they were actually going to do it, because they said they would. You remember when they was touting all that sports license stuff, and they said, well, we'll announce it soon, and they just never got around to it. So I kind of just like put it on the back burner that they said anything about announcing anything in January. But they recently came out yesterday, I think it was, or no, the day before, and said that expect new acquisitions to be announced very soon. So I'm expecting that either tonight, tomorrow, or before the end of January, early February, the latest. So yeah, I'll be doing a video on that as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.